Okay, gentlemen and lady. It's probably my mother. Uh,
What do you need?
Welcome to the stream. Am I level 60? Am I? Fuck. Nowhere near, guys. Nowhere near level 60 just yet. But it's still popping off here in Season of Discovery, which is very good. And today we are going to do some more dungeoning. It was really fun last stream. We did quite a lot. Did LBRS, and today I think we're going to do Diamol, which I'm really keen to do because it's one of my favourites, and there's a lot to it, so we can do quite a lot. And hopefully, in a short while, I'll end up looking like this crazy dude, Legionnaire Chubby, which is absolutely the goal, right? To look like Legionnaire Chubby, a true shaman of renown. Once everyone gets on, by everyone I mean my fine fellows of the guild, we should be able to get a group together and get this done. In the meantime, I think I've gotten all of the skills that I can at present. My gold reserves are still painfully low. And I've got all kinds of bizarre stuff in my inventory as well, so I'll get that sold. See what I can sell on the Let's see what we can sell on the We've got cards. Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Yugi Mushu time. Oh god. Maroon Cloth is just going for fuck all. That's not good to anybody. Bell Cloth is going for a gold a pop. I'll sell that. What about Powerful Mojo? Powerful Mojo? Greater Mystic Essence, not really worth. What about this? 1 gold, 65? Yeah. I'll try and put this on, see what I get for it. Oh wow, the thorium shells. They go for 8 gold 77. See if I can get that sold. Somehow doubt it, but we'll see. Mark says, we'll log shortly and can start making my way to DM. Won't be able to start the run until after the kids go to bed at 8. That's fine, man. It's going to take us, realistically, about 20 minutes to get set up anyway, given that we'll need to get you on, get Clue, anyone else who's coming, and then get the rest of our group and then get there. So it's no worries, my friend. I've got quest to hand in anyway. Who is Kibler? Who is this individual? Still got a Moradon quest. Fucking hell. Skullomance. I'm so ready to do Skullomance, man. I'm so ready. That dungeon's up there. Probably my favourite in the game. Absolutely up at the very top. Talking about normal dungeons. Although I was really blown away by LBRS. Really enjoyed that one. Got all these fucking shaman ones. Well interested. I'm a poor shaman. Right, Kibler. Is that in Searing Gorge? So, if that's where I think it is... Oh no, that one's Burning Steps, so Searing Gorge is here. Where is Kibler located? Let's look it up. Let's use the goggle. Kibler, Season of Discovery. Alright, so they are in Searing Gorge. Sorry, they are in Burning Steps. They just are on the very border. Very good. Very, very good. Let's get ourselves over there then. I do wish I could set my Hearthstone to a different location than my Astral Recall. Because currently I make no use of my Hearthstone. I would like to have one thing in the Eastern Kingdoms and one thing in Kalimdor. Because I'm spending a lot of money on public transport. One thing that I always love about playing vanilla WoW is even when you're at max level, or, you know, slowly, ever so slowly getting to max level, which is the state that I'm in, you still end up going through places like Durotar, enjoying it. I was going to say, Clue, I thought we could do Diamol. Obviously, Mark suggested it, but I think it would make a nice change from being in Blackrock Mountain all the time. The other benefit for my sorry ass is that Diamol has so much to do in it that it should push me up the totem pole to level 60 a bit. If we can go as fast as we did with LBRS on Monday, I'll be amazed. Just going to refresh my bag now whilst I'm waiting for the Zek, because I only need 1 minute. Get it back to 3 hours. Look at some of these guys. People looking sick already. The difference between how gear looks at level 50 or even level 59 and below compared to level 60 is incredible. Speaking of, I need to see about this Undermine reel, because I know that you can trade it in for gear. And I actually have 24 of them now. 24! Tonight is the longest night of my life. Jack Bauer, federal agent. And all of that stuff. What is this? What strange shit have I got in my inventory? What bizarre crap? Resilient sinews. You haven't done Diamol? Oh, it's one of my favourites, Clue. It's really one of my favourites. Peak 80s and 90s fantasy. Ruined elven city overrun by demons and ogres and the spirits of the restless dead. Very, very cool. Very good, very nice. Very good, very nice. Some cool dudes here, man. Sergeant Ultra Kraken. Alright. Champion Beef Mace. First Sergeant Chris LL. And Sergeant Michelangelo. I do love my Undead Warriors, but seeing what an Undead Warrior looks like, I am kind of glad that I didn't go for it, because, like, you play an Undead Rogue, you look like an absolute G. You play an Undead Warrior, you kind of look a bit like a footman. This Troll Rogue looks sick, though. I must say. Don't normally go in for the old Troll Rogue, but this guy looks fucking sick. I think it's the way his hair... Why am I stood here? I'm not going to... Oh, I am going to Gromgol. Fuck me, I am an absolute mess. Yeah, I love the way that his hair matches his pauldrons. I think this is like the reskinned version of the dungeon tier. And it looks sick. I need to get myself some of that shit. Can anyone tell an absolute scrub casual where the vendor is for the Undermine Reel stuff? Oh, it's Booty Bay, isn't it? You've told me 1,000,000 times. Apologies, Clue. You've told me a gazillion times. I'll fly to Booty Bay when we get to Gromgol. Obviously, we're not doing Blackrock Mountain, certainly not first, but I want to hand in a quest there, that's why I'm going. Tauren Hunters look the worst? I don't know, man. Like, a Tauren Hunter basically looks similar to this guy. I mean, I know he's a druid, but I think Tauren Hunters have absolutely abominable animations. Like, you're firing off a sniper shot and you're literally holding it down by the hip like it's a sawn-off shotgun. It's a bit embarrassing. I know you love your Tauren, though, Clue. You are a Tauren boy. I love the Tauren thematically, but visually, not as much. Though I say that, I will take the early World of Warcraft, the old school WoW version of the Tauren model, over what came with Warlords of Draenor and up to the present day, any day. Because the new Tauren looks simultaneously shorter, fatter, and they smooth the features. So the Taurens don't look like these venerable ancient spirits. They look like little baby veal cows. It's a bit creepy. It's a bit fucking weird. How are you getting on with the gearing anyway, Clue? Now that you're level 60. You been doing much, or have you been busy? I should really cap these buffs, shouldn't I? Yeah, I really should. Not going to need them right now, that's for sure.
Speak, friend.
Close to getting rank 10 set now. Cool, man. Cool. Have you done much PvE? You've just been smashing out PvP. Once you get to AV Exalted, you absolutely have my blessing to replace the Guild Tabard with the Frostwolf Tabard if you want. That shit looks incredible. I absolutely love it. Hello, hello YouTube stream watcher guy. How's it going, Cameron? You alright, man? But yeah, Clue, man. The Frostwolf Tabard is... Oh, you got the Warsong one on. That looks sick as well. The way I always go with it is that if you were an Orc Shaman, Frostwolf Tabard all the way, especially doing two-handed like I am, if I get it, I'm going for it. Looks sick. If I ever get that Tabard, I am putting it on because it will look amazing. If you are an Orc Warrior, Warsong Tabard, no question, looks amazing. And if you are a rogue, especially an undead rogue, you need the Defiler's Tabard from Wrathy Basin. There's just no choice. It's got to be. Only option. Right, who's the vendor?
Talk to me.
Where's the vendo, Clue? DFC might be another bet, but apparently 58 is the best minimum for that. So maybe we do Dire Maul, and then when I get to 58, we can do DFC, because I want to see whether it is as bland as it appeared. Bottom level. Is it down here? Is it a gobbo? Oh, down here. Bottom level's down there, right. Okay, I'll stop where I am. Yeah, after, yeah, straight ahead. Right, okay, cool. This is the bottom level. There are people here that I didn't even know existed. Make a left, yeah. In here? This is a fisherman. Solomon Vandy, fisherman. Does this say a lot about my lack of paying attention at present to what's going on inside? I'm too low. Okay. Right. On this level. Is it over here? Yeah, Undermine Trader. Cool. That quest looks full. Cameron says, chilling, haven't caught any of your streams, but I've shared around many of your sod takes, especially related to incursions, and your classic WoW has a serious problem videos. Hope the reactions got you some interaction in the algorithm as well. You have well formulated and educated takes, in my opinion. Well, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. It's been a little while since I made a normal long-form YouTube video. I think that for a while it's very easy to get sucked into a pattern of making content just for the sake of it to try and grow a channel. And I think after a while, you realise that that's harmful to your long-term interest in doing this sort of thing. I mainly focus on doing the streams at the moment because it's by far and away the most enjoyable kind of content. I get to play with my friends. I get to actually experience the game rather than just talking about the game. And it means that when I do have something to say, it tends to be more well-informed, I guess. I don't want to sound arrogant, but like at least I can say it from my own affirmed perspective rather than just I think this. It's I've done it and I can say for certain that this is how it is. I never intended my channel to be one where I like talked about the problems of the game. I wanted it to be much more about ideas for the game and light-hearted and stuff like that, and more kind of talking about the player culture and the stories and creations that the players have come up with over time. But when you play the game more, you find yourself more interested and more invested in talking about what is going badly and how it could be better, shall we say. Right, what am I going to get rid of? I need to get rid of a quest. Get rid of these Tannerus ones. Cameron says, just got back into Sod myself on Lone Wolf NA, leveling my warrior, has stopped in phase 2. Questing is fast at least. Yeah, it is.
Can I show you my wares? Have a good one. Hurry back.
I hope you're enjoying it, man. Right, let's see, how much can we get for different things? Oh wow, okay. Bags, pets, idols, loads of stuff here. My lord. Oh, I want to play Rogue, man. I mean, look how cool this guy looks. Looks like Raziel. We'll need to level my Rogue at some point soon. This is what we need. We need the agility version, if there is such a thing. If there is such a thing. Maybe there isn't. That would be a pain if it's just a caster gear. Oh, we could always use the... If it's not class specific, we could always use the Hunter one, I guess. The Beastalker set. Melee and ranged auto attacks, yeah. We could go with this. Would kind of be sick, to be fair. I've no idea if that's the best way to go, but... Given that it's going to give us agility as well as intellect, and we want agility. Okay. Get my head in the game. Let's put this group together. It's called passion, generally considered toxic. Yeah, well, I mean, I think the point where it becomes toxic is where you are talking about negative stuff either because you've got a jaded opinion not based in, evidence, but rather based in your own subjective experience, right? Like you've been burned in the past, so you say what you say based on that, rather than based on, the fairly objective reality of how the game's doing. People who say the game's shit, and never can explain why it's shit. They just say it's shit because, they've fallen out of love with the game that they always enjoyed as a kid. That's being toxic. And the other side of being toxic is where you say what you say, not because you're jaded, but because you know that it serves you well if you're a content creator. We have a good number of those too. So it's about getting a balance. Level the rogue. Yeah, I'm going to level the rogue. I really want my undead rogue. It's absolutely my kind of go-to class race combo. I just think that in Vanilla WoW, a game which is so much more about the roleplay side of it, even if it's on a surface level, playing the class that you love, the look and feel of, and the vibe of is so important. One of the things I think that modern WoW has lost to a great extent is that people these days largely play classes based purely on a rotation or power level, rather than the vibe, if you will. You've already got the undead rogue, but you have an undead lock ready to go. That's the wombo combo, isn't it, Radu? The undead lock and the undead rogue, the true chaotic and lawful evil classes race combo of World of Warcraft. Undead lock and undead rogue. Right, we need to go to Searing Gorge next to hand in a quest. It's going to take us forever, but what are you going to do? I try not to suggest something needs to change unless I could myself come up with a better way to manage it. Yeah, and I think that that's also really important. I think that if you are going to denigrate something, if you are going to judge something, then you should, if you can't come up with something better, you should at least be courageous enough to say, look, I don't know of a better solution. But I think a lot of people will just focus purely on this is shit, this is shit. Like, I've really enjoyed Season of Discovery. And I think that that's the starting point for any conversation I'll have on it. I've had a great time with Season of Discovery. My issue with Season of Discovery has more been that I think they haven't gone nearly as far as they could do, or as far as I want them to do. Now, whether that's because of a willingness issue, or a lack of resources, or a lack of imagination, or a combination of all three of those, I don't know. But, yeah, that's my issue with it. You know, one new dungeon and one extra boss is insufficient, in my opinion, for this product. This is not Season of Mastery. By the way, guys, do you mind if I give one of you party lead to get us a final DPS? Just like, whilst I'm doing the stream, it'll be easier. I think you guys could have a bit better discretion over who we pick. I'll end up just picking whoever messages. I'll make you lead if that's all right, Clue. I know that that Mark is putting his kids to bed. I know you don't know the way, but we'll all go as one. You won't need to lead on that part. It's just for getting the final member of the group. Can't get more evil than that, absolutely. It doesn't get more evil than Undead Lock. Undead Lock is the true evil of the game. At least with a rogue, you're doing what you're doing largely through just necessity, right? Like, that's the vibe I get with the rogue. I mean, it depends what kind of rogue your character is. Like, if you are an assassin who is totally ethically committed to being an assassin, you're pretty evil. But a lot of rogues are just, scoundrels. Whereas if you're a lock, by your very nature, you're an evil bastard. Cameron says, I skipped phase 3 entirely and do not regret it. I hit 43 the day it launched within an hour of doing incursions and knew what was to come, and the effect it had was massive across the board. Yeah, this is it. I made that video on how bad the nightmare incursions were within, I want to say a few days. I can't remember how long it was, but I think it was within, a couple of days or so of it coming out. And I just knew that was the best example so far in Season of Discovery of what not to do. Because it showed a lack of confidence. It's like they were afraid that people weren't going to stick around to level their characters. But the reality is that the leveling and the exploring your way through the world, even if you've done it 1,000 times before, that's the high point of Vanilla WoW. This is where you have a huge world. You don't get that again in any other subsequent expansion of WoW. From the Burning Crusade right up until modern day, you don't have a world this fucking big. I mean, we've all been there, right? I remember when I started playing, and when people would say to me, why do you play World of Warcraft of all the games you could play? Let's say I was in Elwyn Forest, and I'd say to them, because I'm here. And I'm here in this zone, and this zone will take me maybe 10 minutes to walk across. And this zone is just that little area. Fucking hell. Yeah, that little area of this continent. This entire continent. And this continent is just half of this entire world. And you can travel through it seamlessly. And so what I'm getting at with this is that Blizzard should have had confidence in the fact that the leveling and the experience of moving through the different zones of this world is one of the high points of WoW. And they should have built on that rounded off some of the rougher edges that vanilla has, for sure, but to create a system like the Nightmare Incursions, a repetitive, really dull, really imagineless system in an instanced environment, it's just a shit idea. That it's plain and simple, and that's not me being toxic. It was an overwhelmingly panned, poorly received idea, and they could do better. And I hope they learn from it, and I think they will learn from it. So yeah, that's the plus side. Did we play with this guy on Monday? Was that this guy? Was it someone else? We had a rogue with us on Monday for LBRS. And he was an undead rogue. There was an undead rogue and there was an undead mage. Different. Oh, okay. I mean, you're joking, Cameron, but I think that you're probably not too far from the truth. I think what it was right, we need something to add, and we don't have anything to add. We don't have any content to put in. We need to come up with something to put in to make this phase be padded out, or to give people something to log in and do. Blizzard, for years now, for at least 10 years, Blizzard have had this fear of letting players just enjoy their content. They have needed to give players something to do beyond the established systems of the game that came with the original WoW, right? At level 60 in vanilla WoW, people do dungeons, they do instance PvP, and they do raids. And that has kept people playing on private servers and classic servers, vanilla WoW endgame, for years. For ages. But around the time of, say, Warlords of Draenor, and it started earlier than this, you could argue it started all the way back with dailies, but dailies in the Burning Crusade were actually quite good. From the time of Warlords, certainly, there became this obsession with making players feel like they needed, like making them have something to do every single day. And the problem with that is that it gets to a point where players feel like they have no choice but to log in to do it. And when you take away that feeling of, oh, what am I going to do tonight? I don't know, but I really want to play WoW, and replace it with oh, what am I going to do tonight? Oh shit, I should really do that in WoW. You already turn it from being a fun hobby into a chore. And I think they were getting quite close to that with the incursions. And then there's the other element, and to be fair, this isn't their fault, it's just player agency. In a multiplayer game, where players' prestige and power level is what's at stake, players will take the short option. They will take the shorter option, the shortcut. And that's what they did with Nightmare Incursions. If players know that they can level super fast, then the meta will become leveling as fast as you can through that established means. And it changes the culture to promote that kind of play. And that's something that's come from modern gaming and kind of infected older games like like classic WoW, but it is what it is.
Hey, yeah.
Right, let's hand this in.
Glad I could help. Be good.
Cool. Cool. I've got a little spider boy. Yeah. Smolder web hatchling. Right, okay, we've got to get to Dimewall. All of that just to hand in a single quest. Who's this guy?
Hello.
Who the fuck is this guy? Right, I have no idea who he is. Right. That's gotta be you, surely. Yeah, I think part of the reason why Classic's engaging as well, Cameron, is that fundamentally, and Mad Season talks about this a lot, so I just want to make sure that I plug him with this, because, and when I say plug him, I mean plug his ideas. Talking about plugging Mad Season sounds a little bit, a little bit too spicy for this stream, but I just want to kind of mention him because he's the one that said this in these terms, and I agree with him. Vanilla WoW was fundamentally designed as a social media form. And I think that's part of why its endgame worked so well, is that people logged in to spend time with people that they enjoyed playing with. And the game has retained that throughout its lifespan, in the classic world anyway. People play classic WoW because they want to interact with their friends. If I didn't have like the people that I play with for my guild chances are I wouldn't be playing SOD. And I hear this from loads of people. I've heard it from my friend Tim many times. You enjoy the game, but fundamentally, a game like WoW, an MMO, can be the best or worst game you've ever played, depending on whether you play it solo or with people. If you play an MMO like this, certainly an old school MMO as a solo player, I think you will get bored infinitely faster than you would if you play it with friends. So yeah, I think the Classic's endgame stood on its own without the need for all of these systems to make people log in, because people thought, right, well, my friends are online, I'll log in and we'll maybe do some dungeon runs, or we'll maybe do a pug raid, a GDKP raid or whatever, fucking do some AVs, or more likely a single AV, because they last for hours. Right, boys, how are we getting on? You all sat around waiting for me to shut up and get to the dungeon. Ah, you're not that far ahead. Cool. What wing do you suggest we do? Suggest we start with a certain wing. I have no preference. I will do any and all. You're a solo player, Cameron? Well, I mean, even if you intend to be a solo player, it's pretty much impossible to play vanilla era World of Warcraft as purely a solo player. You can like go out of your way to do most things solo, but the game is set up to encourage social interaction, even if it's just something as simple as doing the odd dungeon whilst leveling. Told this guy we were doing east. Cool. All good with me, man. Solo self-found is popular though. Yeah, I mean, Battlegrounds, I guess, are... Yeah. Yeah, this is it. I think that's kind of what I'm saying, is that the game is fundamentally social in nature. And there's a difference to it in that even if you aren't necessarily playing with other people, if you run around in Stormwind or Orgrimmar, or even out in the open world, you will encounter people talking to each other, going on adventures of their own, either solo or with other people. You will help people, they will help you. It's part of the nature of the game. Whereas if you play retail WoW, you can have the exact same attitude, and yet it will feel completely different because you're surrounded by people, but they're all popping out of existence because of phasing. They never speak to each other. And even ironically, if you are doing the group-based content, you won't ever speak to anyone unless they're shouting at you for doing something wrong. And that's part of the way the game is designed. I think that if they were going to do an addition to hardcore, I would really love to see some sort of hardcore season where they added in extra challenges and extra surprises to keep people on their toes. Because one of the things about hardcore is that you can find out anything you need to know about the way that vanilla WoW works, and you can use that to your advantage. And it's still a difficult challenge and still very invigorating. But I think that hardcore would really benefit from some sort of seasonal approach where they could try out different things. Just add in some interesting mechanics. Just try things out. Have it that if you're in like Tanaris, for example, there are like sandstorms like out of Dune and you've got to be in cover, and if you're not in cover then you start to take ticking damage, or it gives you some sort of ridiculous debuff. You know, have it that if you're in Duskwood, make it super, super dark so that the mobs that are in there are really like an actual threat, and you can get surprised and jump scared by them. I would do stuff like that. You know, if the thrill of hardcore is that threat, that tension, build on that. Build on that. Like, do little things, try little things out. It wouldn't need to be massive stuff. Just add some stuff in to keep people on their toes, you know, to add that extra element of survival in there beyond the normal difficulty of vanilla WoW. Hopefully it'll be a bit easier getting into Diamore without getting clapped. Getting your ass beat right now trying to do some solo elite quests in STV. Yeah. It happens. I'm really interested to see how much faster it is leveling here. Because LBRS was head and shoulders faster than...
I've been...
Okay, that's a Diamore quest, so I picked that one up. Okay, let's go. Oh, that's Mark. I don't know if Mark's still AFK or not. Who is tanking, by the way? Is it you, Clue, or is it Radu? You're healing. Cool. Clue's tanking. Right. Nice. Let's move out, gents. I'll just make sure I know who to put the Spirit of the Alpha buff on. Oh shit, let's not fall off a cliff. I'm trying to roll my chair over a carpet and it's giving me a wedgie. You all wanted to know that? Your character looks crazy, by the way. Mark, with that, those shoulders. They are a bit ridiculous, man. I didn't buy anything from the Booty Bay vendor. First of all, I don't have enough yet. But also, I am not 100% certain what to go with. I think the best option, weirdly, is to go with the Hunter set. Because obviously it's not tied to a class. Because that is more agility based and attack power based. Whereas what is nominally the Shaman set is clearly designed for... What's it called? It's for casters and healers. It's like spell damage and intellect. Probably totem. What, you mean this? Yeah. If that's where you get it, then definitely, because I've still got the one from BFD. Never got so lucky as to win the one from Sunken Temple. I think I did see it drop. But there were so many shamans in Sunken Temple, it was ridiculous. Because of how important the cleanses were. The cures. Oh yeah. Yeah. That'll be what I'll be getting first. Is that a 50 one or a 25 one? Radu, is it a 50 real? Need 50 coins or 25? Look at this place, man. Does it get cooler than this? Diamore. I feel like we're entering into one of those fighting fantasy games. You enter an ancient elven ruin. Before you stands a portal. Do you take the west door, the east door, or the north door? Amazing. I remember when Classic came out, there was a huge running battle in the ruins around here. Between Asmongold, I think it was, and... I want to say Esfand? Might have been somebody else. It was an enormous battle. Very, very cool. A good indicator of just how massive and amazing the whole thing was. It was here. Huge, huge battle. This isn't the way to east? Oh, yeah. Just remember, I'll never eat shredded wheat, people. You hate Diamore? The lore is cool, but you don't enjoy the dungeons? Oh shit. So dumb. Don't know why they thought that was a good idea, but they probably thought you were alone. The power of the spider saved us. Let's go. In we go into the mall. Who is tanking again? Clue is tanking. There you go. I'm gonna unboon. Where's the boom? Where's the boom? Where's the boom? Beep boop boodly boop. There it is. Oh shit! Apparently I'm not booning just yet. Apologies if I am slow to reply, dudes in the chat. Dungeoning and all that. Oh, it's so good not being resisted. I thought I would be by these guys, but apparently not. Makes sense, they are trees after all. Let me unboon. Let's see how quickly we get to level 58. Because once we're 58 after this, maybe we can do DFC. Run DFC. I think this place is cool though, Cameron, to be honest. I think it looks amazing. I do love the lore. I get why you don't like the dungeon itself, but I think it depends on where. Some parts of it I really like. You spent a lot of time farming? Yeah, that'll fill you up for any dungeon, to be fair. Being a hater is your speciality. I think I care a lot more than is reasonable when it comes to the lore and art of these places. I find it can carry a lot of my interest, even if it's not actually that good in terms of level design or mechanics. Oh, they are immune to nature. Oh, goody. Goody, goody, goody. I need that totem now that you've shown me it ready. Oh, I love those big numbers. I say about the rogue, but I must tell you this. If there is one major win of SOD for me, it's the two-handed enhancement shaman. And just the enhancement shaman in general, but two-handed especially. Like, I am yet to become tired of just running this stuff. I have yet to become tired of playing two-handed shaman. It still feels as fun to me as it used to. The day I picked it up. Meaty storm strikes. Lovely chain lightnings, Maelstrom and Shamanistic Rage working like an absolute charm. It's great fun. Love seeing that, hearing that crack of thunder and seeing everything go bang like that. It's just a great feeling. I mean, the immunes aren't so good. They don't feel as spicy, but it is what it is. We can't have everything, can we? Codex Prayer of Fortitude. Hopefully we get some good gear and, more importantly, shitload of stuff to sell. Shamanistic Rage is great. Yeah, I know, I don't stop to drink either. When we were playing on Monday, Radu, someone asked me if I'd run out of water or something. And I was like, no, I didn't run out of water. I never had water. I don't need any water. This is a non-hydration area. You know? My rage provides me with all the nourishment I need. I like to think that it's just the shaman being pissed off that he's not got as much mana as the mage. I'm just basically saying, elements, give me more! Something like that. In true orcish fashion, solving all problems through getting angry. Damn, these guys are green. Minimal XP. I generally think Sod has gone pretty over the top with the added abilities from future expansions and whatnot, but I do appreciate some of the ones that are more quality of life and remove downtime. That's essentially my view too. I think that some of them went way too far. And I think that the rune system in general is a fail, and I'll explain why when I've got a moment. But I do appreciate ones like the Shaman where it's allowed people to play something that just wasn't available due to the clunkiness of vanilla. Like, the simple reality is that playing a DPS Shaman of any stripe, dual wield enhancement, two-handed enhancement, elemental, it was essentially impossible. It was essentially impossible, and it wasn't considered viable, and whilst people surely did it, you knew you were playing something that was, frankly, shit. Certainly suboptimal, if not completely unviable. And I am absolutely grateful that they have made that a thing of the past. That was one thing that vanilla really could do with solving. But the way that they've done that is debatable. Some classes, I think that they've done it in a way that, if they had a bit more thought, they could have done it in a more vanilla-like way. And others, like the Shaman, they've done a great job of. I am with you about making an Orc Warrior, by the way, Radu. Like, when I ever make a warrior, I have a desire to go undead. But then when you see an Orc and the way the armor sits on an Orc, especially in vanilla, and also the animations, Orc male animations just don't get old. Like, the massive meaty swings of axes and hammers just look great. Don't get sick of it. It's weird because if you play an undead rogue, you look like some sort of skeletal wraith from the nether realms come to kill and destroy everything. But if you play an undead warrior, you hold your weapons like you are literally just a zombie, and it's kind of a bit meh, in my view. Ah, fuck. Yeah, it's for fucking... It's for hunters, isn't it? It's for hunters. Another one of these Librams. Aha! You can't poison me, fool. Did I get anything? Who won that and the rogue won that, okay. 2/3 of the way. Making swift progress. I do love this way of leveling, especially at this point when the dungeons are all really grand and level designed. The best way to level. It's good stuff to sell here as well, if, you know, I ever get any of it. Yeah, I agree. Noggenfogger is really good. I would like to have Noggenfogger on this Shaman. Like, I am fundamentally an undead player. I just think they could have made Undead Warriors look a bit better than they did. Okay, first boss, let's do this. Annihilated in like 2 seconds, no doubt. She literally can't even get an attack off. I almost feel bad for her. Oh, she got one off. Fair play. Is that a wand? It's a staff. And the Warlock-specific necklace. Curious. And there's my reel. Cool. It's cool. Where's the dungeon done? Yeah. What do I get for that? A dagger that I don't need. Cool. I guess it can be used if I choose to do Resto or Ellie. Or indeed if I wanted to tank, for that matter. I just think they could have made Skeleton Warrior look a little bit cooler. If they, you know, for undead. If you were going to be an undead warrior, I think that some of the gear and the animations could have looked a bit better. Because, you know, ultimately you stood next to orcs and Tauren and you just look like... you look like an intern. As an undead warrior stood next to an orc or a Tauren warrior. It's kind of a bit silly. Whereas if you're an undead rogue, you look like you are the evil necrotic court jester there to ruin everyone's day, and it looks amazing. And the gear is essentially all designed first and foremost around you. Like, you look at the vanilla WoW rogue sets, and it is very clearly Forsaken. Pro-Forsaken, let's put it that way. And why not? Why the hell not? I can actually burn this water. It feels a bit strange. What did we get from that? Boots! Don't need. Do I not get reel from it? No reel? Apparently no reel. Womp womp. Ah, this place is gorgeous. You can only get one reel per day? That's not true, because I've got fucking 25 of them. One per boss, yeah, I know. But that's the thing, I didn't get one from... Oh, so only one person each can get one, is that what you're saying? It will go to one person. I love this section, the little wooded section with this lovely light ray. Yeah, human warriors do actually look amazing. Especially in vanilla. Fully agreed. I did get one. Yeah, I got one from, from that boss? Oh, yeah, I did. My bad. I thought I already had 25. Apparently not. See, the Noggenfogger skeleton, like, I would be much more interested in playing a undead warrior again if they had this model. Or even better, like one of the models that the Scourge use. Just make sure we've got this up. There's just something so exquisite and cheeky about being an undead rogue, you know? You are like Grey Rat from Dark Souls 3. You are like this little mischievous pain in the ass, surrounded by these like burly orcs, and later on these like, you know, elegant, like amazing, perfect blood elves, and then you're just there like a little Rumpelstiltskin looking wretch, fucking up everyone's day. I love it. It's great. I mean, I've always enjoyed the rogue kind of class fantasy as well. I always love it when you get these trailers for games sometimes, for MMOs, where like there'll be a warrior will be fighting, and then a mage will be fighting, and they'll maybe like get each other weak, and then there'll be a rogue hiding in the shadows who'll strike at the last minute. That kind of approach has always been my favourite. You're not the strongest. Oh yes, sir. Very dapper. Clever hat. You're not the strongest, you're not the smartest, you're just the most cunning. Yeah, I just think it's sick. The imp boss is on a smaller level. I think he's on a smaller overhanging bridge thing like this platform. It is similar to this. What do I rate Gnome Warrior? I don't. I don't dislike the idea of gnomes. I think gnomes have their place. I genuinely do think gnomes have their place. But Gnome Warrior is a bit silly. Yeah, Gnome Mage. Gnome Mage, Gnome Warlock. I like the idea of the gnome as being the absolute short man syndrome of WoW. Like, willing to embrace powers that no one should even contemplate talking to, in order to make up for the absolute lack of any other traits other than a staggering intellect. Let's put it that way. Wilfred Fiddlebang, Master Summoner! It says a lot that my gnome impression is probably my most advanced WoW impression. Your first character that you hit, yeah. Yeah. Your first character that you nearly hit 60 with was a gnome rogue. That's not that bad. That's not that embarrassing. I can massively one-up you on this. the first character that I ever hit max level with, bear in mind that I started in the Burning Crusade, the first character that I ever hit max level with was a Tauren Death Knight in Wrath of the Lich King. Yep. Tauren Death Knight. Womp womp. And the reason why it was a Tauren Death Knight, okay, was I'd been playing on the Alliance for like a year, just doing much of nothing. Worked really hard on my Paladin, learned a lot and also not very much. Got all the way up to level 55 on my human Paladin, sorry. And then decided I wanted to try out the Horde. And decided that I didn't want to have to level like I had done all this way. And made a Death Knight. People want to talk about how long it takes to level. I did not play anything other than a Death Knight throughout all of Wrath of the Lich King and well into Mists of Pandaria. And it was essentially because I didn't want to have to do all of it again. It wasn't that I preferred Death Knight or anything like that, I just didn't want to do it all again. First 60 was an Elf Hunter. Classic choice. You went Horde as soon as you got a chance. Here's the thing. I think in old school WoW, certainly in vanilla, the lore of the Horde and the vibe of the Horde and the visuals are some of the most unique in gaming. I think that the orcs designed by Blizzard, outside of Tolkien's orcs, which obviously is kind of like the original interpretation of an orc, I think that these are the best old school WoW ones. The Horde has such a cool vibe, the noble savage. But at the same time, I think that the Alliance, in vanilla especially, has such an old school role-playing game feel to it that I really love that as well. And I didn't appreciate that so much until I played an Alliance character again when I leveled last year in vanilla. Well, classic. The Alliance is absolutely underrated. That's how I describe it. The Horde is super unique, and I think especially as somebody coming to this game back in the day, having played things like, you know, older games with older ideas of monsters and stuff where it's just elves and dwarves and humans are good, orcs and minotaurs and undead are evil, and just that simplicity, I think that coming to this must have felt really refreshing. So the Horde is super unique and cool, but the Alliance has that coziness to it. It's the difference between eating your favourite traditional meal that you got cooked as a kid as opposed to trying out something new that you're really excited about. The Horde cities suck, only Thunderbluff is good. Major factor for you being Alliance. I don't know if I agree. I think that it depends what you mean by they suck. Are you talking visually they suck? Their location in terms of how it affects you, the game world, like what impact it has on your ability to get places? What element of it sucks? Because I would say that some of the Horde cities visually look amazing. And so if we're talking about the 3 Horde cities, before Season of Discovery, Thunderbluff was essentially useless. But I really like it on the visual level. I really like it. Orgrimmar, I've always loved. I think the old Org, pre-Cataclysm, has just such a lovely vibe to it. You could sit there as night falls, and the fires from these massive bonfires, just like this one, are going up into the sky. There's like sparks in the air. There's that lovely purple dust colour, that rich hand-painted skybox that WoW has. You've got the massive gates in the distance and everyone hanging around the auction house and the bank. I think it's timeless. I think it looks awesome. But when they changed it in Cataclysm, it became absolutely shite. It became absolutely shite because it lost all that nuance of being like a tribal, nomadic camp and just became the place of the people who like spikes. It was very, very... yeah. I'm going to piss some people off, no doubt, here. But it's like comparing fucking... it's like comparing a band like... yeah, I would say it's like comparing fucking Iron Maiden to Sabaton. Iron Maiden pioneered this style of music, you know, taking historical themes and shit and turning it into generally, like, good music. And they did it really well, and they knew what they were going for. And then you get a band like Sabaton, where they just turn a page in a history book, pick a random thing, decide to make a song about it. It's super generic as fuck. That's what Orgrimmar before and after Cataclysm is like to me. The real deal, based on actual good lore and interesting topics, and then the shitty new edition of it. And then we get the Undercity. I fucking love the Undercity. I love that Nerubian visual style. Really like it. Whereas if we're talking about the Alliance ones, I enjoy Stormwind a lot. But again, it is fairly generic. I like it, but it is kind of a generic human medieval fantasy city. Ironforge is great. Ironforge absolutely slaps. And then Darnassus, kind of like Thunderbluff, it's such a non-entity that no one ever goes there. Ally cities are easy to get around. Yeah, that's true. I'll give you that, Radu. They are a lot easier to navigate. Like Orgrimmar, there's basically 2 ways in. Most people only take 1 way in. The shit thing is, and I remember making a short about this ages ago, you're in Orgrimmar. You need to go to the blacksmith. You have to run literally through the entire city to get to the blacksmith. It's as far away as you can possibly get in Orgrimmar. Who thought this was a good idea? Make one of the most important trainers. And the forge. And the weapon master as well. At the arse end of the city. Terrible, terrible idea. This place is so sick. I fucking love it. It's just a great example of WoW's timeless, low poly art style. The way that these shafts of light were typically created back in the day. Really cool technique, little trick. What you would have is a cone or a tube, and as a material, so as skin effectively, as the material that would go on it would be an emissive translucent material. So essentially what you've got here is like an invisible box with this translucent texture added on it. So it's not some super cool lighting idea, it's literally just a cool little trick. limitations make for good art. All the Blizz higher-ups play Ally? Should be an interesting debate. Ooh, getting lots of herbs here. I wonder how much they'll sell for. Oh, look at this. Look at this tiny door shattered. I love the lore implications, you know. Who shattered this door? Were people barricaded in? Were they trying to get out? Horde has over 100 more quests in Classic and way better trinkets and shit through leveling. Yeah, you say that, but if you look at the Horde low-level experience in Vanilla and compare that to the Alliance low-level experience, it is just not comparable. Yeah, the Trent did it. That's cool, man. I absolutely love the vibe of this place. I love the little secret tunnel down here, too, that connects it to the rest of the dungeon. Oh shit. I'm not going to do this in more fun. Nice. Yeah, like, I will say this. You can argue all you like about whether or not Blizzard prefers Alliance or Horde, but if you just objectively compare and take the question of what Blizzard prefers or who plays what out of the question, if you compare the leveling experience in Vanilla World of Warcraft of the Horde and the Alliance, it tells you one thing, and it's that they spent a lot more time working on the Alliance leveling. Elwyn Forest, Westfall, Lakeshire, and Duskwood, especially Duskwood, are miles more involved and enjoyable and interesting than the Durotar Barrens Silver Pine Forest equivalent. Damn. Nothing worth having in here. I'm immune to my lightning. Bruh. Yeah, I'm not speaking to you directly, I'm just saying in general, if we're talking about which one is better, the leveling experience for me, I was like really surprised because the last time that I leveled in early game WoW on the Alliance side was all the way back in like 2009. So to do it again last year, it kind of made me realise, oh yeah, this is way different. Oh god, Blue's gonna die. Cool. Give me my under my reel. Thank you. Nice. And then there's this cool little tunnel. I always love this. I love how a lot of these endgame dungeons in early WoW, they link through. When you get past level 30, it starts to swing in the Horde's favour. Let me think about that. So after level 30, where would you be? I guess as Horde, after level 30, you would be in Thousand Needles, or Stranglethorn Vale, or maybe Desolace, or possibly Arathi Highlands. Yeah, you might be right. Got a kill on a 53 mage at level 49. Nice, man. Well played. What did we get there? Anything worth having? Probably stuff worth selling. Rendering. Holly gets a better Stone Talon Mountains. A lot of people enjoy Stone Talon, but I really don't. Maybe it's the fact that I've done it a lot, and when I've done it, it's usually been on classes or characters that do not benefit from it. Like, if you play a warrior and you go in there at a low level, you get your ass handed to you by those fucking spiders. My lord, doing that on my undead warrior? Oh, I was getting pasted. Yeah, Stone Talon I'm not a fan of. I have some horrific memories of doing it on the undead warrior this time round. Doing the actual Stone Talon peak as well was just, yeah, it was miserable. I got clapped so much by the fucking not centaurs, the dryads and stuff. I did weirdly used to really like the Charred Veil. I don't even know why, but I used to really enjoy it. Oh, we're gonna kill it, are we? Cool. We need the last PDs. Desolate as well, like... You know what? Here's one then, guys. I see your Desolate talk. I'll raise it this. Tell me what you think about the Badlands. I won't say my opinion on it. Tell me what your opinion is of the Badlands. Once we get our final member for Dire West, it should take us like 30 seconds to get a DPS. Cameron says, I don't know if I have a favourite zone, but I think the Mauler Dim quest in Duskwood is my favourite quest line, and the sword you get is very strong until you are like level 35. When I went in to do my Alliance playthrough last year, I wasn't sure which zone exactly would be my favourite in WoW. I love the undead gothic stuff, I'm really into that kind of horror, I love the gothic themes, so I thought Duskwood would be up there. But having played it last year, I can say without a shadow of a doubt, Duskwood is easily in my top 3, if not my number 1 best zone in Vanilla WoW. That place is absolutely fantastic. It's so clear that they were toying around with a lot of ideas when they designed it, that they then went on to abandon. It's well known that they were going to actually make Duskwood so dark that you needed a torch to navigate it, and to an extent you still actually see that when you go up to fight, what's he called, Morbant Fell in the graveyard. It is just a singular zone. I think that the quests in there are great. I think the vibe of the zone's great. I love that you end up having accidental, unexpected PvP all the time in there due to the fact that, first of all, the Horde are travelling up from STV, but also the huge trees that are in Duskwood mean that it's so easy to come up on people unawares. It makes for great encounters like that. You've got Mauler Dim running around, you've got Stitches running around. It's just a great, well-crafted zone with a ton of random events that don't really occur in other zones, certainly at that level. But yeah, no, Duskwood is absolutely in my top 3. I'm trying to think where would beat it. I love Western Plaguelands. I really, really like Western Plaguelands. I know people are going to hate me for this, and I've got no reason for it other than just the visuals. I really, really like Silithus. Not for it's not like one of my favourite zones, but visually I love Silithus. I think it has such a cool, unique vibe. It does such a good job of having that weird sci-fi aspect to WoW's character, if you know what I mean. Like, Silithus looks like a zone from a Dune MMO or a Starship Troopers MMO. And the fact that it's in WoW just adds an extra level of spice, I think. But yeah, Plaguelands is amazing. Plaguelands is great. Scholomance is probably my favourite dungeon in Vanilla. Loves Shadowfang Keep, but I've done it to death. Scholomance is definitely one of my favourites. Tanaris is also sick. Tanaris is one of those places where if it's Friday night and you've got the boys together, you've got a beer, and you're going to do some Zul'Farrak runs, it's just chill. It's just very, very chill, man. Feels like you're playing in a dream. Let's have a look at some of the other zones. I don't know why all of my maps reset with Phase 4, but whatever. Moonglade, you know, it's a non-entity. Darkshore, it's alright. Fellwood, absolutely slept on zone. Really, really visually cool. I wish they'd done more with it. It would be the perfect setting for a post-60, like post-vanilla content raid. It would be fucking fantastic to have a Legion raid based here. Even if it was one that starts in Fellwood and then takes you into Hyjal, it would be sick. Would love it. Winterspring, probably the most visually beautiful zone in Vanilla WoW and a perfect place to end your journey. I think it's just gorgeous. Playing in Winterspring in winter, like Christmas time, amazing feeling. Definitely feels like one of those you've reached the end of the earth, you've reached the true edge of the map kind of places. Azshara, just a bit dull, to be honest. Place that they could have done more with, and hopefully they will do more with. Stone Talon, meh. Ashenvale, I guess it's iconic in a way, but to me it's just really annoying to navigate, and I'm not a huge fan. The Barrens, yeah, let's move on. Durotar, Baked Bean Zone number 1. WoW has a thing for these Baked Bean zones, there's like 4 of them in Vanilla. Desolace, not as bad as people say, but also an absolute pain in the arse to navigate, especially if you are a Horde. Having to fucking walk all the way around here just to get to anything, real pain in the ass. Mulgore, gorgeous zone. Gorgeous, gorgeous zone. One of the most beautiful zones in World of Warcraft. Made a video on Mulgore. If you haven't watched it, watch it. Fucking love it. It's great. As in, Mulgore's great, not my video. Not that far up my own ass. Dustswallow Marsh. I actually really like Dustswallow Marsh. I think Dustswallow Marsh is also slept on. It gives me real, like, Scooby-Doo vibes. Proper haunted house vibes. If there's one thing that I wish they had in Dustswallow Marsh, I would love for there to be an actual, like, creepy American colonial-style haunted house. It would be sick. It would be absolutely sick. Proper Scooby-Doo haunted house dungeon in here would be amazing. But yeah, slept on. Thousand Needles. Old school Thousand Needles. Love it. Cleansing the water well. There it is. Right, are we all here? Oh, it's the guy opening the door. Right. Should make an idea prospecting what they could have done with some of these slightly unfinished or abandoned zones in Sword of the Classic Plus. Yeah, that would be fun. I did make a video about what I want for Classic Plus back before SOM was announced, and that did touch on Hyjal. But yeah, that would be a good idea. But yeah, Thousand Needles, original version, absolutely fucking great zone, especially Shimmering Flats. Made a video on that as well. It's really dull in some ways, but I think the simplicity of it is fantastic. Tanaris, great zone, really, really good. Very one-dimensional, but just also beautifully presented. Has one of the best skyboxes in the game. Yeah, then it became a swimming pool. Let's not even talk about how shit that is. Ungoro Crater. Of all the jungle zones, I'd probably say Ungoro is my favourite. I even prefer it to STV. I just think that it does the Jurassic Park thing so well. I wish they'd made a more, like, there should be a world boss in here. I know that there's like the Devil Saw thing, but there should be a proper world boss. A gigantic Devil Saw in here, and it should be one that you're actually scared of running into. I think that would be fantastic. And then Silithus. As I said, I love Silithus. I wish they did more with it than just AQ, but I absolutely love AQ as well. So yeah. Also, props to Isle of the Dead, by the way. Or Isle of Dread, I should say. With Feralis. Feralis is a great zone too. Actually, I take it back. Ungoro isn't my favourite jungle zone, it's Feralis. Feralis is fucking great, love it. You get ganked all the time in Feralis, but I just love it. It feels like you're in ancient history. That's the Kalimdor ones anyway. Teldrassil's good if you're a starting player, but you know, nothing to write home about. As for Eastern Kingdoms, Tirisfal, iconic, love it. Silverpine, absolutely carried by SFK, let's be honest. Gets absolutely carried because of SFK. Western Plaguelands, one of the best, one of the absolute top, certainly top 5 zone. Eastern Plaguelands, thematically really good. Lore, really good. Quests, meh, alright. Hinterlands, not a huge fan, in all honesty. Not a massive Hinterlands fan. Are we all here, by the way? Who are we waiting for? Oh, okay, the newcomer. What else? Stranglethorn Vale, really iconic zone. Eastern Plaguelands is pants. Yeah, there's just not a huge amount in there in vanilla. I love it from a visual perspective. I think the giant mushrooms are on point. And I think that, obviously, Naxxramas, does it get more iconic than Naxxramas? I don't think so. But the zone itself, meh. It's alright. Western Plaguelands bodies it. Arathi Highlands, fucking absolute garbage zone. Sorry. Arathi Highlands is dog shit tier. Hillbrad Foothills. Oh. Yeah, Hillsbrad Foothills? I don't know why I've had a complete brain fart. Yeah, Hillsbrad Foothills. Yeah, not really a huge fan. Hinterlands is good for Horde, you're right. Wetlands. Do I need to say why the Wetlands is absolutely shit? The Wetlands is atrocious. Loch Modan, fucking love it. It's alright. Like, I mean, I like it. I think love it. It's a bit excessive. Dunbarrow, amazing zone. Fucking best starting zone. Badlands. You're gonna hate me for it. I fucking love the Badlands. The Badlands is where the real bad boys of WoW go to party. The best world PvP you will ever have in your entire fucking life will take place in this zone. Either here at the pass or just around here. Alderman's right here. And the pass to get to the fucking endgame raids is right here. And this zone has some great Wild West world PvP. It's like Blood Meridian. Blood Meridian in World of Warcraft zone form is Badlands. I fucking love it. I think as well, like, one thing I'll say is that as somebody who really appreciates European medieval themes and fantasy themes in these sorts of games, I really like how refreshing World of Warcraft is in adding in lots of American visual themes. You get them culturally with, like, the Tauren, for example, but visual themes. Somewhere like the Badlands is so obviously inspired by, like, Monument Valley. Like, it's so inspired by, like, Utah and Arizona and fucking New Mexico and shit like that. We have nothing like this in Europe, and I think it's a really cool inspiration. I fucking love it. I like the Badlands, apart from the quest item drop rates from those bloody earth elementals. Yes, absolutely agree. Tanaris is Nevada. No, I think that Shimmering Flats is Nevada. This bit's Nevada. I know why he's saying it because of Gadgetzan. I do get why he's saying it. But I think that Tanaris is way more like Sahara Desert vibe. But this area is absolutely Nevada. Where's our boy at? Grim Hexer. Love the name. I think it's very ironic that we've got a warlock coming to us and we've waited ages for him. Whereas if he had been here, we wouldn't have waited at all. That's the nature of the game, right? Right. What else? Where else do we have? Where did we get up to? Badlands, right? Searing Gorge and Burning Steppes. I'll be frank with you, I think that both of these zones are dog shit. I think that they're necessary. It's cool to have a lava, Mount Doom, Mordor themed zone, but they are annoying, let's be honest. Blackrock Mountain is one of the coolest places in the game, but outside of that, these two zones are just a pain in the arse. The one good thing about these zones is when you're playing a human, or just Alliance in general, and you fly from Stormwind to Menethil Harbour, or Ironforge for that matter, and you fly over Burning Steppes. It's so cool when you fly from Elwyn Forest this way and you see the Altar of Storms and all of the max level spiders and shit like that. One of the best things about being a low level WoW player on Alliance size. The lore is good, yeah, the lore is great, but that doesn't make the zone great in World of Warcraft. Like, the lore, yeah, sure, the lore is great, but, I mean, it doesn't make it a particularly good zone, and visually it's boring as fuck. I think we're all here now. We'll have to park my, my crazy talk. Right, let's do this thing. Ogre time. This might be my favourite wing. Oh, it's not Ogre time. Oh, yeah, no, this is my favourite wing. This is the one with Imulthar. Yeah, I fucking love this one. This is the hardcore wing. This is where it gets spicy. But to come back to what we were saying, I do think that Duskwood is probably the best zone in the game. It's almost a shame that it's an earlier game zone rather than an endgame one. Because if you were in Duskwood as part of your endgame all the time, I think people would feel... they'd feel pretty good. Wow, rare drop on our first pack. No bad. And 1.5 bars to 48. 58. These guys can all cast Regrowth. It's freaky. They tried to tie Duskwood in with Kara Crypts. Well, I mean, Kara Crypts is in Deadwind Pass, but I get what you're saying. They are effectively one zone, but only because Deadwind Pass has nothing else in it. I think in some ways it would have been better if, in the lore, Karazhan had just been in Duskwood. It would have made a lot more sense, and it would have really been the cherry on top of the zone. But at the same time, I think that part of what makes Duskwood so good is that it doesn't have one single place or feature that overwhelms it. It's not swamped with players going to one dungeon. Oh shit! He turned on me. Got the wee boys coming after us. I love these models. Love the textures. Love the like angry faces on the is it the kneecaps of these guys? Oh shit! Holy shit. Uh-oh. I think we're fucked. Yeah. Well, that's the buff score. If I reincarnate here, do you think I'm gone? Oh, to be fair, Radu survived. It's all good. I mean, it's interesting you mentioned Kara Crypts, because they're obviously... well, they teased Kara Crypts in the reveal for Season of Discovery. They've not mentioned it since. I hope that wasn't just a red herring. I would really like to see Kara Crypts. Especially because, from what I've seen of Demonfall Canyon so far, the fact that it just reuses the exact same space as you can see in the zone outside of the instance, if that makes sense. It looks exactly the same as the overworld version of it. One advantage that you get from Kara Crypts is that really that isn't in the game. People can get in there, but it's a hidden area. It's not just a random place like Demonfall Canyon is. So presumably we now have to clear everything in here to prevent him from summoning everything on our arse. It's fine by me, it's all XP. I have no worries. Yeah, we need to kill these elementals. I love their models. It's such a cool texture. It makes me think, why the fuck did they make the Molten Core secret boss a blob when they could have used one of the many cool elemental models that they've got? Very bizarre decision. Appreciate the limited resources and everything. I get that. I can understand it, even though as a customer, none of us should really need to sympathise about that. I can sympathise nonetheless. But why make it a blob? Very strange choice. Everything in SOD is recycled and it's very sad. Palpatine gets more support because it's very frustrating as a player. Yeah, for the most part, you're right. I mean, there are a few things that are completely unique, I think. Some items that they designed. But generally speaking, it is just recycle and reuse. And it is disappointing because this is not supposed to be Season of Mastery. It's not supposed to be just tweaking to pre-existing content. The whole idea, as you can see inherent in the name, Season of Discovery, is that you will be discovering and exploring new content, and so far there's been very little new content. You alright?
Yeah, the question though, you might know this, you know, about music.
About music?
Yeah.
Okay, go.
So I've got a classical wedding playlist of wedding music.
Yeah.
You recognise this piece?
Yeah.
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 So it's Shadow Suite number 1 by Bach.
Yeah.
Why is Yo-Yo Ma credited as the second artist on Spotify?
I have no idea. Funnily enough, I've never heard of Yo-Yo Ma.
You have heard of Yo-Yo Ma?
Who is Yo-Yo Ma? Do not play it. I'll get this copyright strike.
It's so old, it's not fucking...
What? What is Yo-Yo Ma?
Yo-Yo Ma is responsible for...
When you say responsible for, it sounds like they did something very bad. What did Yo-Yo Ma do?
I thought Yo-Yo Ma did one of the 90s hip-hop sort of things.
Yeah, don't play it, because I
I'm
will.
not gonna, but now I'm looking, I don't think it is. It must be somebody else. I'm sure Yo-Yo Ma, who am I thinking of?
I've got no idea who you. I don't know what you're
Have I
talking about.
completely, like,
I've never heard the name Yo-Yo Ma before. I'm very confused. Oh, that's level 58.
Yeah, Yo-Yo Ma's an American challenge. I was sure it was like...
Alright, well, yeah, they'll be the person playing that particular piece, that's why.
Yeah, no, that makes sense, yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I really thought Yo-Yo Ma was like a hip-hop artist. I don't know where the hell I got that from.
I mean, if you asked me what kind of genre is an artist named Yo-Yo Ma into, I would have probably suspected hip-hop. That might say something about me, but whatever.
Well, I've obviously just made that up. There's a bit of loser delusion.
Yeah, well, you know what? We can all benefit from a bit of delusion now and again. Sounds like a bad setup for a joke, yeah. I know. I'm always careful. I'm always on my toes, guys. She will come in and she will say whatever is on her mind at the time, and I do fear for the sanctity of the channel.
Well, the Delulu is the solution.
The Lulu is the Salulu. What does that mean?
Like, delusion is the solution.
Oh right, I like that. I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna use it. The Lulu is the Salulu. Wow. Where do you get that from? RuPaul's Drag Race. Yeah. Sounds like a trap artist. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's cool. Eventually bless him into Chinese cellist, but
Now, if you'd said Lil Xan, I would have.
who's that?
Who's a fucking trap?
Is that the one that was shagging Miley Cyrus's sister?
I didn't know Miley Cyrus had a sister.
I think she's got at least one, maybe two.
Well,
Or a sister and a brother.
yeah, well. Yeah.
And there was all sorts of drama recently because the sister had a boyfriend and then the boyfriend was suddenly engaged to the mother.
What the fuck? We do live in the worst time.
Anyway, I'm going to shower now.
Okay, cool. Right, anyway guys, back to simpler things. World of Warcraft. And these guys are immune to anything, they shouldn't be. You'd be sick if these guys were immune to arcane magic. Arcane resistance! I like that, man. I really like that. Arcane resistance is surely a rare thing. Oh god. Fucking hell. You know, I don't like them, they're nasty. 30 silver for that. Get the fuck. Oh, fucking. Mark stole it. Oh, that's 45. Ah, fuck! Stop stealing my grey items! I've got no inventory space because of all my massive totems. And the fact that this is, you know, vanilla, where your pets and your mounts sit in your actual inventory as if they're in a little box in your bag. Which I guess in the case of the spider is probably fairly accurate. Nice. Wand of Arcane Potency. Nah. Wands are for little children with scars on their head and glasses. Boston upstairs. Oh, I won it. Shit. Fuck. Quick. What am I going to get rid of? Serrated petals, yeah. Back off. No. Didn't want that. I hate not having inventory space. Thank you. Less than 2 levels to go until I finally catch up with the majority of other players in this game. At least we're fighting level 58s now rather than the other dungeon. So we can hopefully be a bit speedy. We're only 2 bars in. And it's nice just to not be in Blackrock Mountain for once. Right. I wonder how they Scree Fazag. I don't know why, but this word sounds like it should be some sort of slur. Calling someone a Scree Fazag does not sound normal. without saying anything illegal, Wiz,
Yeah.
if I called you a scree fazag, does that sound like it should be a slur?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
That's a good English.
Yeah, I think we know where we're going. Nice. Tangle moss leggings. My god, can a man get a piece of mail over here? They call me the postman because I've got fucking mail. But right now, no one's delivering because it's just leather. It's just gimp garb we're getting in these dungeons. Boom, get burnt, tree. We're gonna go full Saruman on these trees. Let's do it. Smash him. Vanguard cauldrons. Oh, they look nice. Very good, very nice. I feel like I'm trying to laugh as a member of the Alliance. Hey, it's the horses for the Paladin Mount quest. Very, very good quest. If you haven't seen it already, go and watch Mad Season's video on the Paladin Mount. One of the best quest lines in the entire game. Paladins, by the way, very sick. Very, very sick, very, very good. £1 fish. Do love my paladins. Nothing cooler than being a holy knight. Apart from being, you know, a skeleton assassin. That's also cool. Or if you're like Mark here, nothing rustles your jimmies quite like being a giant obese chicken with a with a priest's staff on your back. Because, you know, that's what we all think of when we play a fantasy game. Shaman Water Totem quest. Go here, then go here, then go here, then go here. Yeah. I think that one thing that you can absolutely accuse Blizzard of is having quite a divergent approach when it comes to class quests. Some of them are fantastic. Whirlwind Axe, for example. Others are shit. And the Shaman is one of the ones that I find really disappointing. One thing I really wanted them to improve on with Sod, that we didn't really have in vanilla, was just good endgame class quests for everyone. Every class should have a Rock Delar type quest, and Rock Delar is probably, in my opinion, the best quest in the game. That or the Oni attunement. Maybe Scepter of the Shifting Sands, but Rock Delar on like an individual level. Eidolon Talisman. Commander Eidolon of the Emperor's Children. If you get that reference, then you're a absolute G, by the way. Say again? A Dune? No, it wasn't a Dune reference. Not far off, though. Yeah, well done. I don't think you guys heard what she said, but I'm not gonna tell you. One of you will know. Mark will certainly know. We should. But yeah, one thing that was kind of a bit hit or miss with vanilla was the class quests. There should be an epic class quest chain for every class, and there's just not. Like, rogues just kind of fell off the edge of the earth, and they did, to be fair, recognise that and give rogues the Fangs of the Father quest line in Cataclysm, which I think was a good homage, especially to vanilla, because it was involving Ravenholt and stuff like that. But vanilla is the perfect platform for class quests, because vanilla is where class identity is at its strongest. And it's one thing that I really want them to do more of with SOD. And to be fair, there has been more class-specific content in SOD, but I would like to see more, especially now at max level. You know, Ashbringer Paladin Legendary, hint hint. Be a fantastic class quest there. Get the Corrupted Ashbringer in Naxxramas and have to do some new SOD specific Scarlet Monastery content to purify it. Paladin only. I'd really love to see that. And that's as somebody who doesn't even play a fucking class that can use two-handed swords, let alone one that would be eligible for that weapon. You want Hand of Ragnaros? Yeah. But at least that's something that you can get, right? I mean, I know it's not class specific, but I see that as effectively my goal. If somebody said, what's your goal on the Shaman for... Oh, Clue. I don't want to fight Clue. Why am I fighting Clue? I refuse. Yeah, if somebody had to tell me what my... ask me what my goal is for Seasonal Discovery, it will be to get Hand of Rag. Oh, great. You got murdered. Yeah, I mean, it's a two-handed mace that is specifically the fucking weapon of the Lord of Fire, the Elemental Lord of Fire. It is the ultimate shaman weapon. And for me, as a two-handed enhancement player, it's just perfect. Even if it's not best in slot, it will be for me. And I'll probably go out of my way to wear it if I ever get it. I'll just use that for the rest of the game. Until or unless I get like Might of Menethil or something like that. Nice, some real intellect fire resistance caster weapon. Right, smart. That moment you're gonna go full PvP on your shaman, yeah, dude. I'm sad that they didn't bring in a new totem for phase 4. I'm assuming they didn't. It's a shame, really, because I feel like no one does Blood Moon anymore, and I really wish they would. Like, Blood Moon, I think, was one of the best additions they brought in. It was really good sandboxy content. And the fact that it could only be done, like, every 3 hours meant that even though you could spam it, it kept it kind of fresh. Time-gated it in probably the only good example of time-gating I've seen. Need to go back. Nah, fuck, pull one of them. Get frost shocked, idiot. Yeah, class quests I think really are what I would like to see more of. More use of Ravenhold for rogues. More kind of epic warrior weapon quests, dragon slaying. Like, warriors should get a cool Whirlwind Axe style weapon in relation to Oni or something like that, or BWL, because what is like the quintessential fantasy idea for a warrior? It's to slay dragons, right? It is to be a dragon slayer. That's like the ultimate warrior fantasy in this kind of game. For paladins, it's to be, you know, a holy knight and defeat evil, defeat demons and the undead and shit like that. But for warriors, it's monsters. It's killing giants. It's killing fucking dragons. It's Conan the Barbarian shit. And so I really would like it if they had created some sort of connected epic warrior quest where you get some badass two-handed weapon, like an Ash Candy type thing, for killing the Neltharion. I think that would be sick. There could be a whole quest chain around it where like you test your metal as a dragon slayer. I think it would be fucking great. You got the level 50 quests, and for Rogue, they send you to Ravenholm. Yeah. Yeah, you do have class quests, but they stop being relevant at max level. Whereas, say, the Hunter, you've got Rock Delar as a max level epic weapon quest. And not only does that quest reward you with a best in slot weapon, it is also a fantastic questline in itself that takes you all over the world and is a really good, in terms of vanilla WoW, test of your mettle as a Hunter player. That quest was really cleverly done. It was set up in a way which made it effectively possible for you to get outside help and tested your ability to play your Hunter in different ways. Honestly, I don't think there is a better quest designed for a single player to do in vanilla WoW than Rock Delar. Oh shit. My bad there. Flame shot with this rune I've got on. It just fucking spreads to absolutely everyone. It's ridiculous. There's no escape. Indomitable belt. Give me that belt. What am I going to get rid of this belt? I'll get rid of the fish all. Can always buy some more. On the bridge, yeah. I didn't even kill these guys because I'm so quick. Nice. Oh, quest. And my quest log is not yet full.
What brings you here?
Malice within. Destroy the pylons. And kill Imolthar. Yes. It's cool. This is endgame stuff. I'm enjoying it. I love the lore of this dungeon too. The High Elves. Have you heard of the High Elves? Boom. I've got the voiceover add-on. It's just really a pain in the arse when streaming. You have to like manually turn off every single mob. It's not the best. It's alright when you're playing solo, but if you're streaming, it's a bit of a pain. People bullied me into getting it when I started streaming Sod. It is a very good add-on. I highly recommend people interested in lore and people who play primarily solo. Okay, I'll be careful with where I place my flame shocks this time. God, why are we running? Why are you running? These guys, man. Relentless. Yeah, we've got the knack now. We've got the knack now, boys. Good stuff. Right, another beacon down. Uh-oh. Got the big boy on us. Do we kill Bear first? I'm gonna kill Bear. Makes me feel good about myself. Where's she gone? Oh, great escape there, dude. Ichor of Undeath. A well-balanced axe. 4Gs, 30. Oh, 30? Mark, what's going on with these rolls, man? Are you playing the system? Are you fucking with the system right now? We need a key. The key! Give me the key. Are we just waiting to see if he's actually right? We're not going to bother jumping down until we see? Did he got the key? He did! He did got the key. Nice. I'm gonna get Mr. Spider out. I feel happier if... Oh, yeah, there we go. I feel happier if I've got him out. Can I rename him? Damn. Oh well. We shall name him. We shall name him Philip. Come on, Philip. Give us some moral support. I love this part of the dungeon. Once you get out into the Colosseum, it's so cool. So vibrant. Right, look at this vortex. A vortex of etheric majesty. This is such a cool thing. Like, the billowing cloth, like, the vortex elementals everywhere, arcane torrents and stuff, and then in the center, the world's worst doggo. It's great, man. It's fucking great. Oh, I think we're gonna pull. Let's see how these guys do. Oh, you're not so bad. Nowhere near as bad as your purple friends. Love the model and the texture for these. They are sick. More arcane resist. Everything is either arcane or nature. Cool, bro, cool. I mean, they're ancient elves, Mark. What do you expect? They like their magic and they like their trees, dude. It's kind of true to form, right? Of all the elementals, you like the Windlord the most? I do think it's very cool. The elemental air looks amazing, and I think Cyclonius looks so cool too. Is that what he's called? Sorry, not Cyclonius. Thunderun looks so cool too in the Thunder Fury questline. I love the Molten Giants too. I do. Like the ones in Molten Core just look so cool, man. Especially the boss, Golemag, is it? Oh god, okay. Getting destroyed by this tiny little dude. Ow. That's an absolute machine. Oh god, fuck. Why did they just chunk me for all my health? I don't get it. It can't be right. It can't be legal. My lord, is this legal? The blowback. The arcane explosions. Oh! Raw! It's raw! That's another one unpulled. Fucking hell. Totem fail, yes, it's always me. It's always me, man. Making up for your failings. Zero mana McGee. Got no mana. Played, guys, played. Only one to go. Or two, rather. Can you count, sir? I've never known my mana to be so taxed as in this place. Okay. Why am I getting bombed? I don't like it, dude. Oh, I love the forked lightning effect. Tried that. Doesn't look like a normal lightning bolt. It looks kind of like that weird, well, forked lightning that they brought in briefly in Kada. Emperor Palpatine. No, the Jedi are plotting to take over. Oh shit! Ah! Why do I keep getting choked down like a fucking chocolate bar? Man, it's not appropriate. I'm the Elemental Lord here, not this little Dyson Hoover Elemental. Check that interruption. Back once again for the Element Master. Highborn Summoner. Mana Burst feels like it would be a type of fucking sweet, a type of candy in the World of Warcraft universe. Is there definitely another one in the room? These dudes want to fight. They want to throw hands. I'm pretty sure the blue vortex disappears when you go to fight him. Yeah, I'm on there. Oh shit. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. The knockback of death. Very choice. Very choice knockback. Shame, shame, shame. Right. What happened to these waylaid supplies as well? It feels like that was a system that died a death. Cool. Loyal Beta. If there's any addition to this game that needs to be changed immediately, it's the decision to use Loyal Beta as the name of a fucking ability. Of an effect. A buff, no less. Not a debuff, a buff. Okay, let's handle this with tactic. Nice. Watch out for those lightning eddies. Oh shit, I've done it again! Well, we can take 4 of them, surely. Yeah, no bother. Highborn Rose. Oh, I've won them. What am I getting rid of to take them? These boots. No, I don't want the fucking coalesced mana bullshit. Oh, we're going in. We're going in! It's happening! Oh, how sick is this? Does it get cooler? Just kill dog? I think so, but I think just kill dog is actually hard. It cannot be controlled. Yeah, we leave him to do his duty first. And then we take him out. Let's take him out, let's do this thing. He's massive! I do love this. This is what Vanilla's really about. Fighting giant fucking demons and actually feeling like this is a special boss. Because there aren't that many demons like this. Of this level and WoW. This early stage, the demons were kept in reserve as like the ultimate bad guys. Quick draw gloves. Those look pretty sick, you know. If I was a rogue, I'd be salivating right now. Oh, I won those gloves. Currently have 10 intellect, 10 and 28 attack power, whereas that will be 8 agility, 7 strength, and an extra dodge percentage. Is that better than 28 attack power and 11 intellect? And 10 intellect? I don't think it is. Not for what I'm playing. Oh god, fucking hell! Get away from me! I don't want to pull all those fucking lightning elementals. Ah, come on, man. feel humiliated and ashamed. Deserved repair bill. But my shoes! My shoes! Prince Tortheldrin. Oh yeah, I forgot this guy. This is the real G. I love this part of the dungeon as well. Cool secret library where everyone's kind of alright. But then you've got this ancient elven prince who's been like sealed away in here for thousands of years. Very cool vibe. There he is. We'd love to see it. Let's get him. He's even using 2 twin blades. Like, what's better than having a twin blade? It's having twin blades. The guy's a fucking Chad, let's be honest. This is what every Night Elf rogue wishes he was. And he's gonna get fucked, but still. He's got skill points all the same. Silvermoon leggings. That'll be good for you, right, Radu? Oh, that dagger. None of it's useful to me. I've got such weird gear that I need. I don't need them, Radu. They're not. They're clearly healer things. Well done, that's a big upgrade. I'd hope, anyway. Who do we talk to get the chest? That's the question. Or do we not get the chest in this version? I know in Kada, when they remade it, the chest has got loot in it. Need to turn in the quest, cool. Up on the bridge. Right, let's hand in the quest. This is a really long fucking tunnel. I love how interconnected everything is here. Oh. So we need to go this way. Yeah, the key was the imp that we didn't do properly. Basically, you clear the way and he runs all the way up to that platform where we were waiting for him. And then he'll lay an ambush and wait for you and you defeat him and he gives you the key. It's also part of the... That area is also part of the Warlock Mount quest, if I remember correctly. I have heard of that issue before, though, Mark, with the dude not turning up. Oh, there's a vendor here.
Vishnu Allah.
Well, that's good to know. What do these guys say if we speak to them? I suspect that the imps are stealing knowledge, right? They all just say that. Books have been disappearing as of late. The Lawkeeper and his assistants are in a frenzy. They suspect foul play within Eldrath Alas. Do we have to go all the way back round to fucking hand this quest in? That seems a little bit severe. Just watch out for the lightning elementals. It's such a cool spot, isn't it? I mean, look at this. Look how cool this area is. The colour, the design. Amazing. Although kind of funny that they used the door texture for this and just stretched it. You see, like, it's two door textures that meet in the middle. Kind of funky. Quick left and left. Need to respect and take less boonking talent to increase move speed in cats. Painful without. Yeah, this is the other thing, is that I sometimes forget just how. Oh god, there's a dude here. Ah, guys, there's fucking ghosts. There's ghosts. I got ghosted. That was a bit unfair, to be honest. Now my shoes are broke. It's alright, because I made it. I made it. Right, what do we get for it? We thank you, hero. A fifth. Ooh, this could be the first upgrade. First weapon upgrade. Oh, yeah, there's definitely an upgrade to be had here. Potentially not the helmet, but this weapon. Oh, it doesn't look anywhere near as good as the Smashbringer. It looks alright, though. Yeah, and they come back to the chest, yeah. 30 strength and 1% crit. So it's got more base damage than what I've got currently, plus an extra 15 strength. Less stamina though, a good bit less stamina. And less intellect. I mean, this does better damage, raw damage though, dude. It's got better DPS, obviously, by a tiny amount, but then another plus 15 strength. It doesn't have the knockback.
May the stars guide.
Yeah, I mean, I've had the totem for so fucking long as well. I feel like I've kind of joined at the hip with the totem now. You're two-manning. You're two-manning the ghosts. Let's do Demonfall Canyon. I think it might be a bit late for that tonight, mate. I am down for it on Monday. I think it is a bit late to do DFC. Shadow of Gorehound. Yeah, I mean, that is fucking sick. I like as well how they actually use the nicer looking version of this. There is basically a Gorehowl in the Burning Crusade that comes from Karazhan. I think it's called Warsong Howling Axe or something like that. And it looks like shit. Whereas this version, they've actually kept the better textures. Which is why it looks like a good TBC or Wrath era weapon. Let me open box. Now this is more agility, spirit and stam, but way less attack powers. It's not better than what I've already got. This is probably not better than the Smashbringer, to be honest. And it also sells for the most though, so I'll take it, and really, even if I vendor it, it's a lot of gold. I'll go with it. That was a good run. Halfway through 58. Pretty much exactly a level and a half to go. I think that was pretty productive. My boots are broke. This guy, yeah, we'll call it a night tonight, guys. It's been really fun. It's been a good couple of runs. We'll do Demon Fall Canyon on Monday.
How may I help?
And who knows, maybe something else too. Let's get the hell out of here for now. Really good runs though, and a great stream. It's been great playing with you all. Good doing these group dungeons, really enjoy them. Makes it so quick as well, right? Having you guys to tank and heal. Super, super rapid. And people seem to be enjoying themselves. The server's popping off, which is really good to see. Just a great MMO experience fundamentally, no matter how much or little content they add. But anyway guys, it's been super fun. Thanks for coming along. Next stream will be Monday, same time, about 7, half 7. And we'll do Demon Fall Canyon and maybe another dungeon too. Until next time though, been a great stream guys.